Good morning, Overflow fam. So I just woke up. It's just 6:36 a.m. So join me in my first ever vlog here at Overflow. So when I wake up, the first thing that I do is, of course, pray and thank God. And this is the first thing that I see for the day. This is my view. Here's my window, and what I usually do is to open my window and just breathe in the fresh air. It's a beautiful day, and later you'll know what's in store for today. So join me. Usually at this time, ang aga, the dogs would just bark and wait for Jana to feed them. So anytime, gising na rin si Jana. Let me fix my bed first. Okay, so I think I'm done. Let's go and have coffee. Morning pa. So usually Thursday is Papa's work from home day. Kaya maaga siya. Sila mama at si auntie went to work. It's their reporting day. Let's start with having coffee. So Thursday usually is you'll know it later. Kaya maaga akong nagigising. Because Thursday actually is my schedule for something to do. Specifically a household chore. So I'll let you know later. Okay, Overflow fam, I'm done with my coffee. So I think I'm ready to show you what we'll do today. It's one of the household chores that I enjoy, and that's laundry! So join me as we have a conversation and as I share to you this household chore. So come join me. So I usually get all of the laundry baskets and put it here first. So every Thursday, this is what I do. This is my schedule, usual schedule. I devote Thursday in the morning to do the laundry. And I think since I was 15 years old, I've been doing this already, and this has been my regular chore at home. And I enjoy it. And I think later I'll share to you how I started actually in learning how to do this. So first, let's sort first our clothes. I don't know if you can hear me already, but let me tell you that maybe I enjoy laundry because I usually, as a kid, I love playing with water, and I took this opportunity when I was a child to play with the water. Anyway, I really hope that you get to enjoy this. That this is my goal, for you to be inspired as we continue to do these chores. Gio started with washing dishes, and I think it's a good series for me to continue of sharing my life as well, what I usually do, maybe as a normal person outside Overflow, the things that you don't usually see on camera, but now you're having the privilege of seeing a portion of my life, and I'm so happy to show you these things. So if you're watching alone, maybe you're watching alone, or if you have someone, tag along and listen and watch with me. Let's start with the light colored shirts. While waiting, I can just place the camera here, just have a conversation with all of you. There are a lot of maybe young people, sinasabi nila na they're not enjoying or napipilitan sila. But when I started to know about the sacrament of the present moment, or practicing the presence of God, it gave me a different perspective of how I do things. Not only the things that are sacred, the things that we do in church or even ministry, but actually discerning God or being aware of His presence even in the secular things. Actually, one of the paradigm shifts that I have is not to separate sacred and secular, because God is in all things. May our prayer be that we'll be able to be aware of His presence. And how is it, even through laundry, how can we take this time to be a God moment, for God to encounter you? And since I enjoy laundry, these are the things as well that I take time not only to talk to God, but as well as pray. Going back to the story of Brother Lawrence. So as he was doing his regular chores in the monastery where he belongs, I think one of the highlights there was while he was cooking, he was actually being aware that God is with him as he cooks. So it was stated in that book that when he cooks, he did it, with joy, with that attitude of enjoying. And when we enjoy and when we discern God's presence, we get to, when you know that He is here, so you get to do your best in doing it. Whether it's cooking, whether it's washing dishes, or even doing laundry. So even in this place, when we invite God here, of course God is always there, but if we have that intentionality in making this space and using this space for God to talk to you, then it becomes meaningful. So that's the story of Brother Lawrence. So when I knew about that, it gave me a fresh perspective. Even in the Bible, it says in one of the letters of Paul that whether you eat or you drink, you do it all for the glory of God. And you can insert all of the things that you do there, whether you wash the dishes, whether you do laundry, whether you feed the dogs, or whether you water the plants. Do it all for the glory of God. So even as we do laundry, take this time to do it for the glory of God. Now I won't be able to play song. This might be copyrighted, but there are times that I do laundry and I just turn on my Bluetooth speakers and just choose maybe a worship song, or sometimes I also listen to podcasts and to sermons, just like Gio. It gives me that space. I explored that I can actually worship God while doing laundry. And maybe I'm this person who does multitasking. So I usually do two things at one time. But that's possible. It creates space for you to even worship. And eventually, even without the music, worship is not about the music, but when you start to cultivate that connection with the Lord, even without music, you can worship Him. Jesus Christ was also human, so I'm just imagining that even as He grew up to be a normal child, He does chores as well. That's just amazing to know. So let me just check the clothes that I placed there on our machine, and I'll be right back. Actually, there is wisdom when you sort the clothes first, not with the same color at the same time. Because when you mix the colors of the clothes, some of the colorings might be passed on to the lighter clothes. So that's why we sort the clothes and we start with lighter colors. Actually, I start with white clothes. Okay, so I'm rinsing the clothes already. Maybe my question for you is, what are the things that you don't enjoy doing or napipilitan ka in doing it? Aside from maybe doing laundries or washing dishes. It is my prayer that as you learn about God in all things, that maybe at first it may be awkward to you, but ask the Lord for a heart, that willing heart, for you to do it with joy. And naiiba yung perspective natin that when you do it with the Lord, you know that He is with you. So, that's my challenge for you. And like what I said a while ago, when I do laundry, I usually pray. So I got this from my aunt that when she does the ironing of the clothes, what she actually does was to pray for those who own the specific clothes that they wash. or even that time when she was ironing. So even right now, even as I maybe take maybe the clothes of my mom, I can just take this time to pray for her. Like, Lord, would you bless her that every time she wears this blouse, Lord God, that she'd be able to just feel your love. Something like that. That's the short kind of doing it. There are a lot of ways where we can invite God, and for us to have this consciousness that God is working and we can have a conversation with the Lord. So I'll be right back. I'll just finish this and I'll share some of my takeaways as well. Okay, I just realized that the water is so cold. It's so hard to even touch the water, but well, I'm here in Baguio City and this is just normal already for us. Even taking a bath with, waking up in the morning, it's so cold and you need to take a bath. Anyways, I just have another thought to share with you. Sometimes we usually do things because there's a reward afterwards. I'll just do this because maybe after this someone would give me a prize in doing this. But again, when you try to have that perspective that doing chores is actually an act of worship, that when you do that, it's just a spontaneous thing, it's just a natural thing for you to offer this as well for God. So we transition with our levels of knowing these things, that as we do this, it doesn't matter if there's reward or not, but when I'm doing this for the Lord, then I'll do this with all of my heart without even a prize or a reward for doing this. So I challenge you, I encourage you, maybe you can surprise your parents. Mom, Dad, I'm gonna do the laundry today. And maybe if you don't know how to do it, maybe take courage and ask your parents, Mama, teach me how to do the laundry. And I think this is something good because our parents are not growing old, young. Is there even a term? But they are getting older, and one of the principles in life is that they train us for life. Soon we'll be able to have families as well, where we also will teach them, because when we're gone here on earth, the skills, the things that we teach them needs to continue. So I think that's the principle. Like, take this opportunity, and maybe again, parents, you might want to explore this with your kids. Teach them in doing this. So I'll be right after rinsing the clothes. I'll now put the clothes here in the spinner. Okay, I think for us to really know that you've watched this video, please send us a photo of you doing this chore. We'd love to see you do this as well. I'm almost done with how I usually do my laundry. Oh, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Hi, Overflow fam. Thank you so much for joining me today as I show you one of the things that I really enjoy doing. Of course, that's laundry. It is my prayer that as you're watching this video, you get to be inspired and challenged as well to do household chores, not only for God, but with God. Everything changes when you get to know that you're doing it with the Lord. And it is my prayer, in terms of overflow, since this would be uploaded in our YouTube channel, may we just manifest, the Jesus that lives in us. When people would see and would know that we do these things for His glory, and we do this with an awareness of His presence, then for sure they'll get to be interested. Oh, who's living in Jeb that he's enjoying these chores? Who's with Jeb, who's doing things with joy without reluctancy and all of those things. So I'm excited to see an army of people featuring Jesus. So I also want to thank all of maybe the parents who are watching right now, and special shout out to my parents. Thank you so much for teaching us, training us, and equipping us for life. These are life skills, and as we have learned this, it is our prayer as well that we get to pass this on to our children in the future, that they'll be able to be raised up with that equipping for life. So thank you so much, and may we continue to overflow. If you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. We have a lot of contents for you, and this is just the beginning. So again, I'm Parcasio, and thank you so much for joining us in our overflow vlog. So God bless you. I'm showing you how I finished my laundry today. There are a lot of things to thank God for, but for someone who just finished his laundry, thank God for the good weather. So thank you so much for joining me again. Wow, so I'll see you in the next vlog.